Hello, welcome back to my channel. This year I decided I would take a page out of my friend Heather's playbook, Love Heatherette, her channel will be linked down below, and do a chopping block series. Go through my collection, kind of decide what I want to test to figure out if I want to keep it or if, I'm going to pass it on after I've used it a time or two and realize it's just not for me, Mainly, there's an assortment of things in here. I just decluttered a lot of my collection, but some of these things I couldn't come to a decision on because I hadn't used them in a while or hadn't used enough of it to remember or realize if I actually wanted to keep it or pass it on. So that's what this is for. I'm just going to show you all of the products that I want to be thinking about using this, or, thinking about and testing and coming to a decision on. Hopefully you enjoy this. I probably won't post monthly updates for this because I just don't really, I like a quarterly update, Maybe every other month. Every month is just too much for me, That's what we're going to do. I'm going to just show you the items. If you have any thoughts, I would love to hear them. Let's go. Alright, I'm just going to grab stuff out as it's sitting on my lap here. We have some palettes. We have the ColourPop My Little Pony palette. And I remember really liking this palette, but I also haven't used it in a very long time. It is an older ColourPop palette too, so that could affect how it performs, but we're gonna find out. We have several ColourPop palettes. This is the Lizzie McGuire What Dreams Are Made Of palette, and I just didn't love this. I remember not loving this as much as everyone else did. I like the colors. Nothing about the colors is confusing to me. I would wear these colors no problem, but I just never reached for this as much as I thought I would. So I kind of want to put it to the test and see, do you need to keep this? Did you buy it because you wanted to be a cool kid even though you never actually watched Lizzie McGuire? That's possible. Next is the Nightmare Before Christmas, and I bought this because I loved these brights in here and this dark purple, and I know that this dark purple is in another palette. Is it in? I think there's another color. That it's the same purple. Once I figure that out, I'll circle back to this one. Some of the shades in here are kind of weird. This grayish shade, this dark gray. I don't really own a lot of shades like that. I also don't use a lot of shades like that, so I think the brightness and the purples kind of got to me. But maybe it's an amazing palette. I don't hear anyone talk about it ever, but that doesn't mean anything. ColourPop Rendezvous palette. This was an Ulta exclusive, I believe, and I remember loving this palette. Catch is what copper eyeshadow dreams are made of. It is gorgeous. I also know that I will never remove one of these shadows and put them in a pan and use that shadow on its own. I'm not the type of person to dismantle my palettes. I've thought about it and I realized I'm not that person. So if I don't like more than that shade, should I keep it? Probably not, but that shade is... Next we have the Lorac Neon Lights palette, and I haven't used this in a while. I really liked this palette when I did use it. I even have Pan in this blue one. This was in a Panette shadow thing. But I haven't given a lot of the other shadows a lot of attention, so I need to do that. We have the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. This packaging is so beautiful. That is so much of the appeal of this palette. I really do like these shades. The matte shades on the end, they're kind of like satiny mattes. They're okay, but these creamy, marbly shades in here are really beautiful. But are they pretty enough that I want to keep this palette? But the packaging, oh, the packaging, it's so beautiful. Okay, we have the Pure Cosmetics and Trolls World Tour palette in Techno. And this, greenish gold shade, has some sort of chokehold on me. Every time I try to get rid of this palette, I can't, that color is too beautiful. I don't know that I've ever actually even used this color. What are you doing, Amanda? Use it or lose it. What are you doing? We've got to test this color. This is the Viseart Dark Edit palette, and I love the color story of this palette. I just don't think that Viseart is where just don't know, the Viseart is where it's at for me. Every time I wear this palette, I think, this is really pretty. I should use this more. But then I never reach for it. I don't know. I don't know if it's because it's an expensive palette and I think I'll just use my cheaper. I don't know why. I don't dislike anything that I've used from this palette. But is it worth keeping if I don't use it? No. Next we have the ColourPop Limoncello palette, and the packaging is beautiful. As always, ColourPop's graphic design is beautiful. And I think this color story is just like a little bit weird to me. This blue I love, but I don't understand how it goes with anything else. And I don't know if that's me just being really dumb. I know blue and yellow make green. I could totally do that. And then put this beautiful green. Like, I could do things with it. But when I look at it, I'm like, I'll just wear the green. Okay, we have the color, oh, this is the one. The ColourPop All Amethyst palette. This purple is, I don't think it has the same name as the one in the Nightmare Before Christmas palette, but it is the same shade, okay? And it also has this like grayish shade. Oh. But I kind of want to compare these two colors, especially, like these two colors especially, to the Nightmare Before Christmas palette. I would probably get overall more use out of this palette because it has so many purples in it and I love wearing purple eyeshadow. So that's kind of that was my plan for that. The ColourPop and Bambi Flower palette, and there's nothing wrong with this. I just have to decide if I want to keep this small palette because I don't, it gets kind of, it doesn't get lost. I know where it is, but it's just not the first thing I think of when I open my ColourPop drawer because it's, you know, standing up on its side and I only see the top of it like this, and that's a storage issue, not a product issue. The Collab Palette Pro eyeshadow in After Hours. I don't really know what happened to Collab. Did they like go away, I think? I loved this palette. These greens, these silvery shades. I don't actually know why I'm thinking about getting rid of this. I think I don't like to have singles of brands in my collection. I either want 0 or more than 1, which is not a good mentality to have. I would be surprised if I do decide to get rid of this palette because these greens, whenever I wear this, I'm just like, this is the best eyeshadow I've ever worn in my life. It's gorgeous. I love this color green. I just need to play with it. We have 2 blushes from Lorac, Spectra, the more pink version, and then Aura, the more purpley blush. Use these a little bit more. I've used Aura, I think, a little bit more than I have Spectra. We have a primer. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. I'm not a big primer girl. I don't wear foundation. I didn't even put concealer on today. So primer seems kind of pointless to me, but I also just want to wear primer. I don't know why. I don't know why. Try that, see if it's necessary, you know. We have the Catrice 1 Minute Face Perfector in One Fits All. I used this a long time ago. It just smells like makeup. And I can't remember how I feel about it, so that's why it's in here. Because as I was decluttering, I thought, I don't remember what you did or how I felt about you. This is the One Size translucent powder. Ultimate setting powder. I will never use a container of powder this large in my lifetime. It would take my entire lifetime. But I want to try the powder before I decide to pass it on. Oh, and then we also have the Keys Let Me Glow Illuminating Serum. I'm interested in Keys, but illuminating is a little scary to me. The Jaclyn Cosmetics lip lacquers. We have Ginger, and then we have Gumdrop. I have Cookies, which is the lighter shade, and I just want to try these colors. 2 from Too Faced, the Hangover Pillow Talk Balm in Frost Yourself and Candy Cane Bang. Then we have 3 from ColourPop, the Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Stain. We have Sealed with a Kiss and Fanatic. And I haven't worn these in a long time, so I don't remember how they feel. And then also the ColourPop Fresh Kiss Lip Lacquer in Saloon, a brighter pink. as I was decluttering my lip products, I thought, I don't actually remember if I liked these or not. I don't know how people have such a good memory, like a good makeup memory. I can't remember anything. And when I see people spout off stuff that they've tried in certain years, or, oh, this has this formula and this does this, I'm just thinking, I don't get it. That's incredible. I don't even know what day it is. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will, of course, be testing and passing other things along throughout the year as we go. But these are the things that I wanted to bring to the forefront and kind of keep in the front of my mind. As I mentioned, Heather was the inspiration for this video, so be sure to go check out her channel and follow her. And if you have any ideas or suggestions or comments, let me know. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you in my next video.